Jay's Vlogs and welcome to another video. As you'd have seen, first Pista is in South Africa. Absolutely insane. Didn't get too much time to look at that particular one, but we have the second one. It actually arrived with the first one, but then it subsequently went to get PPF and plastic and whatnot. So without further ado, let's check it out. Well, here she is. You know, it's actually the first special series car to join the Ferrari range since I've joined Ferrari. So it's a little bit special, and I did get a little bit shaky and emotional because this is just a masterpiece of engineering. As you know, this was launched at the Geneva Motor Show in March this year, and surprisingly enough, even though the year is not over, we have already received our first ones, although not all of them will be coming to our specific dealership, but I'll try and get as many of these videos to cover the different specs of these cars. You know, they're highly personalizable, and some even tailor-made, and it's definitely worth it on a car like this. Just we'll walk around, we'll get some beauty shots. You immediately see the car is just something else. You know, the lines, it's so much more angular. When you get into the car, when you lift the frunk up, when you lift the engine cover up, open the doors, you absolutely feel how they've taken out all of that weight. And then you start to notice all the bits, like if you open the frunk where you put your stuff, but this one has a spare wheel in it, you'll note that it's bare carbon fiber underneath, so you know that a lot of weight saving has been done there. All the carbon fiber bits, all the aero ducts, everything is just purposeful, yet in my opinion still beautiful. A lot of people have argued that this is not as pretty as the Speciale. I myself admit that. I'm a huge fan of the Scud and the Stradale and even the Speciale, but I saw them all in pictures, and once I saw this car in person, opinion changed. This is the best looking Special Series V8 thus far. I mean, you can go online and you can read how weight has been saved, and torque is up 10 Newton meters, and kilowatts is up a massive 40 kilowatts. So it's 530 kilowatts and 770 Newton meters of torque. They've really pushed the 3.9 litre twin turbo V8. I wouldn't say to the limit. There's plenty more in that engine, but specifically for this use, it's an award-winning engine. It's been used in the 488, in the Lusso T, in the Portofino. So you know, it's a well-versed engine, and right now this is the most powerful V8 road Ferrari ever, and numbers make up for it. You know, top speed 340 kilometers per hour, 0 to 100 takes 2.85 seconds. Now that is a whole 2 3/10 faster than the standard 488 GTB. It does stop a lot quicker. It stops actually a meter faster from 200 to 0 than the 488 GTB. But you know, it's all about margins, and all of these margins add up, and lap times are rumored around the Fiorano circuit to be as fast as the LaFerrari, but that is just a rumor. Let's get to the inside of this car. So this is the key. It is still as the 488 key is, as the Lusso key 812, all the same, but let's have a look inside. So you'll notice as you open the door, it's so much lighter to just fling open. It's not covered by all of those leather bits and aluminium bits that are usually in the 488. In the normal 488, this is actually all leather pouched. The speaker is just pushed a little bit towards that way. You've got a full armrest and you've got a full aluminium door handle, but in this you'll see that it's just a carbon fiber door handle as such to open, and it's just an Alcantara strap to close. Inside the interior, it's typical special series Ferrari. Bare floors, Alcantara all around, sports bucket seats, full carbon fiber packages. So you've got the carbon fiber driving zone, and it has the upgraded pedals. So the pedals are a lot longer than the standard ones. Even if you get the aluminium ones or the carbon fiber ones in the 488, these are much longer, so it makes for easier reach when you are on track, especially since these pedals in Ferrari, they do not move. So our pedals stick to the steering column, so it's only the wheel that turns. So always up gear is on your right, down gear is on your left. On the floor, it's just straight aluminium and titanium flooring. So you see it's completely bare. There is optional for carpets, Alcantara carpets. It's not a popular option, but it's there if you want it. Throughout the dashboard, you've got Alcantara at the top and at the bottom. It's cut by a nice red leather detail. That, of course, is able, you can spec it in any color that you want, white, red, yellow, whatever you want. But it's nice that the leather just breaks the Alcantara a little bit. On the sides of the steering wheel, you've got your driving zone. So you've got dashboard inserts. So there's carbon wherever there would be aluminium in the normal 488. And overall, all of these interior bits add to the racy feel. You know, Alcantara is a material that's used in a lot of race cars. Carbon fiber as well, used to weight save, and also it creates a look that is much more suited to the track orientation of this car. There's not much to see inside, but carbon fiber and Alcantara and the plentiful of it makes for a great look in this car, and I absolutely love it. You know, you can get the steering wheel in Alcantara as well if you would like, but this particular owner went for the leather steering wheel, and the rest of the interior in Alcantara. And also notably, the heart and life of a Ferrari is its engine. In this particular one, you have the 530 kilowatt, 770 newton meters. That's mated to the 7-speed F1 gearbox. As you can see, the intake plenums are now in carbon fiber, the engine bay is carbon fiber, this bridge section here is all in carbon fiber, and a lot of weight has been saved on the crank, on the flywheel, and all of these add to quicker throttle responses and more power. As you will note, all around the rear, through this carbon fiber rear molding, the diffuser, and this vent down here, these are all used to add to the aerodynamic efficiency of the car, because you want the car to be as slippery as possible, but you've got to balance it with downforce that you still need to go through corners, and they've worked that well. As you will know, if you don't, wheel arches tend to get full of a lot of air. As the air travels underneath the car, it fills the arches. So clever manufacturers use vents behind the wheel, vents around the car somewhere, to vent the wheel arch so that the pressure doesn't affect the spring rate and the compression of the suspension management system. And also these ducts on the side are actually changed, whereas the 488 used the top part of the vent, the standard 488 GTB used the top of the vent for aerodynamics, and it used the bottom for the intercooler. This has been upgraded, so the intercooler is massive now, and that's all used to decrease the core temperature of the engine, and that allows them to turn up the engine and provide the car with more power. It's all these little things. So this is now purely for intercooler. There's no aerodynamic benefit, as it was, well, not no aerodynamic benefit, but it's not used as an aerodynamic channel as much as it was before. And as you will note, the S duct over here, it's one of the standpoints for this car. It's a massive innovation. This is actually taken from the Formula One team and the technology, and it's quite big. I would say it's probably about, the width is about 3 or 4 inches, and that assists the car for front end downforce. So when the air, I'll show you, the air travels through here and it comes up, it's essentially being like a pull. Now, for an analogy, so imagine somebody grabbing you by the end of your nose and really pulling it down. Very similar effect here, because you've got the air that flows in there and out there that pushes down on the front axle. Very good for acceleration, very good for track usage as well. All of these vents right around in the front. The front is quite extensive with the venting and the aerodynamics. Something I want to show you is they've swapped the way the radiators are facing. So previously the radiators used to face like this in the normal 488. They've obviously reversed that now. It makes for more aerodynamic efficiency, and it allows for better cooling. What fascinates me, all of these vents, etc., is if you look from the side, if you look how they've had to bend this grille in the front to accommodate for the nose. It's just incredible piece of engineering, and everywhere you look around, this car is just engineered to be the finest in performance. And right now, this is definitely my favorite Ferrari. As I've said before, and when people ask me a lot, what is your favorite Ferrari? It is always the next one. And I will see you guys in the next one. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Cheers.